Yeah, she is the mother of his children. She's also his ex-girlfriend, and he is accused of...
New heated footage of Gervonta Davis and his ex goes viral. New heated footage of Gervonta Davis and his ex goes viral. And it's pure chaos. The kind that blows up timelines and turns whispers into war. The clip dropped out of nowhere, and within minutes, the internet was in flames, dissecting every frame and every move. What you're about to see is the kind of meltdown that shakes the entire boxing world to its core. It started with just 30 seconds of footage, but 30 seconds was all it took to shake the boxing world to its core. Gervonta Davis, the undefeated powerhouse, the man once crowned as the future of the sport, suddenly found himself caught in a storm no jab, hook, or uppercut could ever get him out of. The clip raw, tense, unfiltered. It showed a heated argument with his ex-girlfriend, Courtney Rossell, voices clashing, emotions running wild, and then Davis appeared to throw something before stepping toward her. It wasn't staged, it wasn't cinematic, it was painfully real, and within hours, it was everywhere.
Gervonta Davis is in jail. Police arrested the lightweight champ known as the Tank for battery, and the victim in this case, the mother of his children.
The internet did what it does best. It exploded. In less than a day, 5 million views. Every sports page, every gossip blog, and every news outlet was eating it up. This isn't just drama, one headline read. This is the implosion of a champion. Comment sections turned into battlegrounds. Fans split in half, one side saying people didn't know the full story, the other side saying they'd seen enough. Words like abuser, coward, and done painted every timeline. The man once celebrated as boxing's golden boy had suddenly become its biggest controversy.
Had issued a warrant for Davis's arrest stemming from where he allegedly struck his ex-girlfriend during a heated dispute while picking up their children. Officers quickly locate Davis's vehicle near Collins Avenue and conduct a traffic stop.
Rewind to June 15th, 2025, Father's Day. What should have been a quiet family moment turned into chaos that would later go viral. Reports say Davis went to Courtney's Doral, Florida home to pick up their 2 kids, but something went wrong. Witnesses say voices escalated, and moments later, he allegedly struck her in the back of the head, slapped her, and left a visible cut on her lip. The person filming, not a stranger, Courtney's mother. That shaky video would later become the internet's smoking gun, the proof behind the outrage.
You know, Tank Davis has a checkered past. He had a checkered past when this fight was made.
By July 11th, the story hit its breaking point. Police moved in. Davis was arrested and booked into the Turner Guilford Night Correctional Center in Miami-Dade County. No bond. His mugshot, tired eyes, blank stare, spread like wildfire. The undefeated champion looked defeated. The same man who'd walked into arenas under flashing lights was now photographed under fluorescent jail bulbs. Fans called it the fall of Tank, and the timing, it couldn't have been worse. He was months away from his biggest fight yet, a November 14th showdown with Jake Paul, but instead of training for a championship, he was sitting behind bars. Court documents took things even darker. The charges: battery, aggravated battery, kidnapping, and emotional distress. Then, on October 31st, Courtney filed a civil lawsuit that turned the internet's worst fears into detailed paragraphs. She claimed it wasn't the first time. At least 4 prior assaults, choking, threats, psychological torment. She wrote about panic attacks, sleepless nights, and therapy sessions to heal from PTSD. That 30-second clip, she said, was just the world's first glimpse of what she'd endured for years behind closed doors.
An investigator said he then proceeded to slap her on the right side of the face, resulting in a minor laceration to the inner area of her lip.
And this time, it wasn't about money. It was about power, reclaiming it. After years of silence, she finally stood tall, not as a victim, but as someone forcing the world to look past the trophies, past the highlight reels, and see the man behind them, the real one, the one no sports magazine wanted to talk about.
So at the end of the day, when you have an opportunity like this to do the biggest fight, I think all parties align and just make it happen.
But while the legal wheels were turning, the court of public opinion had already delivered its own verdict. The hashtag #HowardCancelTank shot to the top of trending lists worldwide. Even diehard fans started turning their backs. How many times can someone cross the line and still get a pass? One viral tweet read, ESPN called it a crisis moment for boxing. Promoters went radio silent. Sponsors pulled campaigns overnight. Companies that once plastered his face on billboards suddenly deleted every trace. See, this wasn't the first time Gervonta Davis's name got dragged into the wrong kind of headlines. It was just the loudest. The story had been building for years. Think of it as a trilogy no one asked for. Same star, same chaos, just a bigger stage each time.
In 2020, he was seen on video grabbing his ex-girlfriend by the throat at a celebrity basketball.
Back in 2020, Davis made headlines, not for a knockout, but for grabbing another ex-girlfriend by the throat at a public event. Yeah, in front of a crowd. Cameras flashed, people gasped, and security had to step in. He apologized, said he was working on himself. Fans forgave him. Why? Because he kept winning. The punches in the ring were stronger than the whispers outside it. Then came 2022. New year, same trouble. Another accusation, same storyline, different woman. The case fizzled out, charges dropped, and Gervonta was back in the gym like nothing happened. But the shadow followed him. Always there, just waiting for its moment. By 2023, that shadow got darker. He was convicted in a hit-and-run case, sentenced to house arrest, and somehow managed to violate it. That landed him in jail for 44 days. The cycle repeated: scandal, apology, silence, comeback. It worked every time. Until now. Because this time there was no rumor, no denial, no he said, she said. This time there was video, proof, and that changes everything. When that video hit, the fallout wasn't just emotional, it was financial. Sponsors didn't even wait for statements. Nike, Monster Energy, Showtime, gone. They dropped him like a bad bet. Showtime, which had spent millions hyping up the Jake Paul fight, scrubbed every promo. The fight collapsed overnight. Ticket resales tanked. Pay-per-view promos were pulled. Fans demanded refunds. What was supposed to be boxing's event of the year turned into a PR disaster. The man once called boxing's future was suddenly its biggest liability. From the face of the sport to the face of disgrace.
While Davis is known for his fights in the ring, it is his fight with the law that he is facing off with.
But here's where things shifted, because this wasn't just about one fighter's fall. It was about boxing's blind spot. The sport that glorifies aggression was suddenly being forced to question it. For years, boxing had sold violence as entertainment. But when that same violence stepped outside the ropes, suddenly everyone acted surprised. Commentators started asking, how long has boxing been turning a blind eye? For once, the problem wasn't a rival in the ring. It was the culture itself. Courtney's lawsuit became bigger than the scandal. It became a moment of reckoning. Her therapy sessions, her lawsuit, her breaking years of silence, it all turned into a symbol of accountability. It wasn't about fame anymore. It was about truth. And truth, as it turns out, doesn't flinch when the lights hit. Meanwhile, Gervonta tried to fight back, not in court, but online. Days after the clip went viral, he went live on Instagram, hoodie on, eyes tired, voice cracking between frustration and fear. He said the video was AI edited and that people were trying to destroy him before his prime. He asked his fans to pray for him, but the internet wasn't buying it. Comment sections lit up with disbelief. People dug up old interviews, including one where he once said, "If I hit women, mad females would come out." Well, they had, and this time they weren't quiet. What was meant to be his defense turned into another disaster. Every word, every post, every denial, it all came off as desperate. Fans didn't see remorse, they saw excuses. He wasn't fighting for forgiveness, he was fighting to stay relevant, and with every failed attempt, that image, the once invincible champion, kept cracking. Behind the scenes, the legal storm was just heating up. The civil trial in Miami-Dade is shaping up to be explosive. Courtney's lawyers aren't backing down, and sources close to the case say new witnesses are ready to step forward. Even more shocking, whispers of security footage from her workplace allegedly showing another confrontation. If that footage surfaces, it could end whatever's left of Gervonta's career.
Promise you.
No, it was not.
You want to know why? You know where his car was parked?
You're right.
That car was parked right there in that
it was
parking lot.
never here yesterday.
Bro, come on, bro.
I'm being honest with you.
Nah, no, don't surround your mama, bro. Come on, bro.
And let's be honest, this isn't just about the courtroom now. This is about legacy. Every fighter dreams of leaving one behind, but this is the kind of legacy no one wants. Because this time, there's no comeback fight, no redemption arc, and no crowd chanting your name as you raise your gloves. This is the other side of fame, the one where silence gets louder than applause. Inside boxing circles, circles, opinions are split. Some say he needs help, others say he needs punishment. One insider even called it the Mayweather Meltdown 2.0, a collapse that could change how the sport protects its stars. The fallout isn't just his, it's the sport's. Every promoter, every sponsor, every network is now forced to ask, what's the cost of turning a blind eye? The footage may have lasted only seconds, but its echo is still shaking everything around it. The outrage hasn't faded, the sponsors aren't returning, and the fight fans once waited for, they've stopped asking who'll win. They're asking if Gervonta Davis will ever fight again. Because this wasn't just a viral moment, it was the breaking point. The day the fighter who built his empire on power finally met a truth he couldn't punch his way out of. And for once, it wasn't his opponent that hit back was reality.